Welcome to today's meetup. I'm so glad to see you all here. This is a very powerful, one of my favorite sessions. And I would say why I can share my flaws with you. I mean, lessons that I've learned to increase my quality of life. So today is all about how can I share with you the powerful methods that have been life-changing for me, and also with my clients that are not only something that I came up with, but have been proven to really increase life enjoyment, fulfillment, how you can really equip yourself with the practices that will help you to create the experiences and results you want in life. So tune in if this sounds interesting to you. You will hear my top three, which is I'm not perfect. I'm still like, let's say, practicing many of these. So how can I share my experience, what has worked for me and my clients? I've seen amazing transformation in just a few months, applying some of the practices I'm sharing. So I would love to hear in the chat, where are you joining from, first of all, so I can know like where in the world, also Facebook, where are you joining from the world, because we are a very global community. I'm Kaisa, originally from Finland, and I've had the privilege to not only travel the world for the past few years with my husband, but to connect with like-minded experts, those heart-centered talents who want to serve more people. So my purpose is to help you create an impactful life and career that you want. I'm going to share from my experience how I've done that for myself, and for my clients. I've guided over 1,600 experts in the past few years, living in 4 different continents. So this is a very, like I said, global community, helping others around the world, because we have similar foundations in life. Of course, there's some cultural differences, different societies, so what works in Finland might not work elsewhere, but we are all human, and I'm really here, open, honest, sharing from my experience. Like I said, this is one of my favorite sessions because I get to share my flaws. What did I lack of, and what did I learn? And I really want to be honest with you, so hopefully you're not judging me for me being vulnerable here, but I've received such a good feedback from all of you guys, how it's helpful for me to show the both sides. What was before and what did I overcome to achieve and create what I've wanted. So welcome to join this session. How can I share you the top three? A little backstory. So a year ago for Valentine's Day, I created, for February, not only Valentine's Day, hopefully you had a great Valentine's Day. But yeah, last year for February, because it is really about love and friendship, I created this series, 14 days of sharing the strategies to improve the quality of life, the enjoyment, the fulfillment in your life. So these 14 strategies, I received such a good feedback on it. I revisited them, and now I'm sharing you the top 3 that I've really seen the impact now, not only then, but the impact now on my life. A year ago, when I was creating this, I was in a leadership training, which was very impactful in many ways. I can share about that later. So these are not only the strategies that I have created and practiced and learned, but also from my coaches and mentors and the trainers, leadership trainers that have guided thousands of people over like decades. Some of them had like 20, 30, and even 40 years of experience. Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna unmute you for the background noise, but yes, I will be taking your questions as well. If you want to join on a camera, that would be very nice. And of course, Facebook, use the chat if you want to jump in the Zoom here where I can take your questions. I'll do that as well. And if you could kindly share this live with someone who needs to hear this today, I would really appreciate that. Whenever you're watching it live or the replay, this is a public video, so you can share it with your friends. This Zoom meeting will be recorded and you will see it in the YouTube playlist after that. So please do share it with those who would also need to hear this. So let me go to the methods that I wanted to share with you today. Like I said, this is a series of the 14 impactful methods, practices, really strategies that will help you to create a life you truly want and enjoy. First of them is take a stand. It's so easy to be floating and not focused. So how can you, and why this is really important for me is that I used to be very indecisive. I'm still practicing making faster decisions, powerful decisions. So why I'm bringing this is that I also hear this a lot from my network, from my clients, that they have a lot of ideas, a lot of options, but they are confused which direction to go, what options would suit them the best. So they are wanting to explore all the available options. And that was me and still is. And when I shared this with my husband, that in this year's, in my vision statement, I have confident in decision making, he was like, hooray. So yeah, not perfect, still practicing. But what it really is, like, take a stand. Take the ownership of your vision, your dreams, your needs, your non-negotiables, what you don't want to live without, what it is that you need for your well-being, for your health. I have, and I see someone here, we had a very powerful conversations around not only physical well-being yesterday, but also mentally and emotionally. So what it is that you need to focus on that, take a stand, take ownership of what you need, make powerful decisions based off of that. Declare it, make a statement that you can stand by, and then go after and do it. The statements are, the declarations are nothing if you don't go and then do something about it, what you need, what you want, especially what you want to create. So yeah, why this has been very impactful for me is that I have wasted years of my life from various perspectives. I, for example, studied fashion and clothing for 6 years just because I noticed already in the first year of the school that this is my interest and passion, yes, but maybe I don't want a career out of it. But I just couldn't make the decision to quit the studies because it was difficult to get in. I was like, what if I would need this degree later on in my life? So I was stubborn and I stayed in the studies. I completed the studies. And I think I wasted more energy being indecisive whether to continue or not than the actual study. Okay, who can relate to being in a situation that you have just used a lot of time thinking instead of taking action. Please don't leave me hanging. Put me in the chat, for example. So as you can hear, this has been very key for me. Well, that was something that I didn't make a decision. Let me give an example what I did make a decision about. So some of you who know my story, and like I said, I'm from Finland. I was living there. I met my now husband, who was visiting Helsinki. And he was living in the US at a time, wanted to come to Europe and relocated to London. So I was thinking, how can I move to London? I'm going this very fast, but how can I move to London? What does it mean for my career? I had a new mortgage. I was like on a successful 10-year career in marketing. What can I do? The video is slowing down, so I'm taking a pause. Hopefully we're back. So what can I do? And I was really overthinking this. I wanted to have the perfect plan, how to move abroad, what to do next in my career, how to secure my financials, because I had a new mortgage and an apartment to take care of. So there was a lot of things. And not only those from my life, but also UK was going through the Brexit. So I wasn't even sure if I can stay in the country I planned to move into. So if you can only think what was going on in my head, I took a year since he moved. It took him about half a year to get the relocation. So the next year, I was planning and making my moves, but I was so slow. I wasted a year from us living together. I don't mean that I should have, moved right away, but I think a year was too long. It was too long for him as well, because he was breaking up with me the summer. I was like, I have my study leave starting next month. I'm coming. Am I moving in with you or not? So yes, I wanted to show you this, that instead of just staying in the planning and overthinking, what is the step that you can take? Take a stand for the life you want to create. I'm helping others to navigate the changes, the transformations they want. Like I said, I changed my life completely at once. I moved abroad. I started studying a new degree. I pivoted from being employed to starting my own business. I changed my surroundings, the people, the friends, the interests, like everything at once. I don't say that you need to do that. I'm helping others to navigate the changes step by step so that it's not so overwhelming and scary and lonely how I felt the whole process. Okay. But yeah, declare what you want and go after it. Take a stand for yourself and for others. What is the vision for yourself and others? Okay. Second method, how to increase your life joy and be equipped to creating a life that you truly enjoy and love. Forget right or wrong. There is no such thing as right or wrong. And this is connected to the overthinking, like I said. I was thinking like, what is the right plan for me? What is the right option? What could go wrong? What if I move and he leaves me, or the relationship doesn't work and I don't have anything? I was in the what if, really thinking what could be right or wrong. And this is just one example, but I'm sharing it from the relationship and life change aspect. Because we see the world through our lenses. And what that means is that what are our values, and priorities, we look at the world through those lenses. And we all have different combination of those values and priorities. We even think, we perceive same values, same concepts in a different way. If I, for example, say that my strong value is freedom, that means for the 95% of people, freedom will mean different things than it means for me. It's somehow studied that about 5 people think about the concepts in the same way, whether your value is love, independence, wealth, health, whatever it is for you, you have a unique idea of the concept, what it means. So there is no such thing as right or wrong. We can go out and test, of course, what we think that would work or would not work. Notice that. And of course, I invite everybody to do more of what is working and less of what is not working. Like I said, being indecisive hasn't really worked for me. So now how can I make faster decisions, go out there, see what's working or not working? Start building on that or change. Anyone here who can relate, put a me in the chat, whether you're live or watching the replay. That's if you're tending to think what is right or wrong. So what can shift? I'm inviting you to, for example, shift of, instead of having this like fixed mindset, what you think is right or wrong, how can you see the possibilities? And being curious, for example, like I said, to test out what could work or not work, instead of being like hooked on some things. And I just say something has changed because my husband said like, yeah, you used to be a little bit more like just this way is the right way to do things, that I had like my certain way on some things, maybe household stuff, I can't remember. But yeah, now he said that he sees a little bit change in me. I guess I was a little bit scary and fixed in how to do things. So I can say that it is working somehow, and I'm changing. And just like I said, I'm not perfect at this, taking a stand and making decisions, but when you have the awareness, you can practice it. Or the right or wrong, yes, I might still think that, but then to be pausing and going back like, okay, what are really the options, or what can I go after? Third of my favorite methods, how to really create and have a life you love, is love unconditionally. And why I'm sharing you this is that I've been practicing loving myself unconditionally. I still have some practicing to do because I do tend to judge myself on some things. For example, being indecisive or not doing something. It's so easy for me to go back and be like, oh my God, guys, why aren't you like just doing as you preach or something like that? So it is a constant practice. But the thing is that how can you love yourself unconditionally, who you are? But this is also the awareness first, having the awareness like who you are, who you want to be, and exploring that. Remember, you're not your thoughts or your feelings. So how can you tap into what is authentically you? And this is challenging because since childhood, uh, we are absorbing so much from our surroundings, the culture, the authorities, the parents, teachers, whoever. So by the time we are about 7, we have built our value system that has kind of absorbed from other people. And that is mostly 95% of how we live is from others. So how can you really discover what is true to you? Oh, that's a very good question, and this could be another session for later. But I'm just sharing you this, that if you're judging, not being yourself, maybe it's just first step is to start exploring. What are your priorities? What are your values? What do you appreciate? What do you need? Like I said in the beginning, to get awareness of that. Then you can start really loving yourself and love yourself in the process as well of this discovery. Whatever you will find. Like I shared, being in that leadership training, I was procrastinating signing up to it because I knew that I get to work on those fears and flaws, the limitations that I have already discovered in myself. Oh, and oh boy, there was more than I expected. So more things came up. So when you're starting this kind of exploration journey, tapping into your inner self, just be curious what you will find. But remember, you're not your emotions or your thoughts. And you can always create who you want to be. So back to the loving unconditionally, it all starts with you. If you're judging yourself and say that you love others unconditionally, I would question that. Because if you're judgmental or have conditions how to love yourself or others, it goes both ways. Because I would say that if you really judge yourself on something, you will judge others on the same things or similar things. So this is something that I'm still practicing, but it has been really a key to understand for me that it all starts from myself. And again, I'm going back to the leadership training because it was such an impactful journey for me. I went there to build my business, have a vision for my business. And what ended up happening was more of that personal development, getting awareness of myself and what to work on. So it actually had more impact even on my personal life. I started to, when I started working on myself and these things, that I noticed like, how is my husband more loving than ever? I bet that he didn't do anything differently. It was the work that I did myself that I opened myself to receive love also. So just imagine when you start doing this and practicing, loving yourself, who you are with all the thoughts and fears and everything that might be there happening for you, and also acknowledging the wins and the powerful decisions you've made and what you've achieved so far. And like I said, the first one, taking a stand for what you want to create. And just love the journey, all the ups and downs. That's what life is about. It can't be all roses. Because if we only have good things, we don't have a perspective. Like I said, those lessons that I've learned from being left by the love of my life broke up with me because he wasn't seeing that I was committed to taking a stand, and I was like, no, our story doesn't end here. I am moving here next month, and now we're married. Fast forward. But what do you want to take a stand on? And yes, I had to take a look at myself. Like, how did I end up there? And like I said, I was overthinking. I was living in my head. I was indecisive. I was scared. I was not looking for help. So one thing, uh, uh, an additional extra 4 is really noticing what you need and get the resources to help you. You don't need to do everything alone. I was being stubborn in my head, trying to figure things out on my own. And I burned out. I had a panic attack when I said, enough, now I get to ask for help. I'm just sharing this so that you don't need to go that far. Okay, like I said, these 3 were just a snippet of the 14 strategies that I have, and I have built this series so you can join the 14-day challenge to practice, to learn, and of course implement, see how you want to implement these in your life. So I'm putting the link here in the chat, and when you're watching the replay, it's in the description. Also on Facebook, you can find the link later on. I will drop it there. So if you want all the 14, these were like really what has been life-changing for me. And like I said, I'm still practicing on these 3 areas, and actually all the 14 of them. Hopefully you'll enjoy and learn a lot, and I can't wait to hear what impact it will make on your life. I do want to share another thing, because if you're watching it now before the 17th and 18th, I am joining my friend's summit, living overseas. So there's me and 18 other experts sharing how to, for example, move abroad, live a nomadic life, or start an online business like I've done. We are sharing how to do that, especially in Europe, but this is a good summit for anyone looking for inspiration when you want life changes, you want to take a stand of that life you want to have, and wherever it will be. So join, there's entrepreneurs, lawyers, consultants, people sharing about the visa processes to, like I said, how to scale a business and online income so that you can live where you want. Very interesting summit coming. So I'm gonna drop that link. I have a complimentary ticket for you since I'm joining there. So you can click that link, get access to the summit, to hear me, and like I said, the 18 other experts during this weekend, 17th and 18th February, to hear. Whether you're in a stage that you just want inspiration and you're planning, or like many of my clients are planning to move, they are planning their moves to Europe, different countries already this year. So I'm inviting you all to join, or if you know a friend, please share the link. So how can we support? Because, oh God, I know what it takes to move abroad, because I've done it. I've moved abroad, and also I've lived as a nomad entrepreneur in 4 different continents over 3 years of time. So yeah, I have experiences in both. So I can only imagine what's going on in your head when you're planning these kind of changes. Not only changing your life environment and lifestyle, but also if you're starting a business or you're looking for new income streams and what will support your lifestyle in a new place. There's a lot of questions that hopefully we can answer, if not all, some of those during this weekend. So come and join me at my friend Shauna's event, Untold Secrets of Living Overseas. So I'll see you this weekend. Can't wait to hear what you have discovered, what has been the impact when you implement not only these 3 strategies, but when you are joining me for this 14-day challenge to learn and start implementing the strategies that I'm sharing with you. They are powerful. You got maybe a little, let's say, a snippet of what could be coming. So if you want access to all the 14, that's completely free for you in that link. So you can go join us and you will receive an email each day describing you and giving you some examples how to use that strategy to really increase your life joy, fulfillment, and equip yourself to creating those results and those experiences you want in your life and business. So who wants to join the 14-day challenge? Learn all the 14. I want to hear from you. Put me in the chat if you're in, because then I want to really hear what has been the impact for you. Like I said, these have been all the 14 have been life-changing for me, and especially these 3 that I shared with you that I'm still practicing. We're never there completely. It's a journey. And like I said, how you can enjoy the journey. Okay, that's it from today's meetup. If you're watching the live or the replay, do share in the comments below what was the biggest takeaway for you from today's session, what you really want to focus on from these 3 areas. Is it taking a stand, kind of forgetting the right and wrong and seeing the possibilities? Or is it really loving unconditionally, practicing that? So 1, 2, 3, what is the area that you get to practice now? Okay. If you have some ideas what you want to learn more about next week, I'm open to any suggestions. How can I support you to create the impactful life and career that you want? I'm bringing these lessons that I've learned, the strategies, like I said, from my life, but also what I've been working on with my clients. And to finish off here, I really want to say kudos to those who this February have committed, taken a stand for their life, what they want to create. So my clients out there listening, I'm so proud of you. I'm getting emotional because this is the reason why I do what I do, is to see your incredible journeys. Oh, I wasn't expecting this, but yeah. Kudos to you who are taking a stand, and despite any fear and overwhelm that you currently have, you're committed to creating a life that you want for yourself and you truly deserve. Okay, it got hot in here. So I just really wanted to share how proud I am. Many of you have taken that commitment on Mondays, surprisingly. So anyone listening, I'm inviting you to think, how do you want to start your weeks? How can you make a powerful decision to start your week, what will be the impact for your day, for your week, probably your life? I definitely heard some very powerful decision yesterday and many other days, but especially in yesterday's group coaching call, that I'm still getting goosebumps from the conversations, what I've heard, what you're learning, what you're choosing to create. So I'm truly excited for you. Okay. Whew, now I need to go sneeze. So that's it from today's meetup. Hopefully these 3 methods that I shared with you are impacting your life. And do put your favorite one below if you have one that really has impacted your life. So how can we learn from you? Okay. I'm Kaisa, and I hope to see you next week, same time, pouring more knowledge and experience examples for you to create the life that you want to have. See you again. Ciao.